I know that over a period of time, 67 years, nothing has been done as far as this warrant. The family wants Carolyn Bryant to face justice. And by facing justice, we want her to at least come and defend herself and not the state of Mississippi or the federal government. We feel that the federal government and the state is protecting Carolyn because they've told Dwayne Richardson not to move on the warrant. So what is really going on here in the state of Mississippi?
That was Emmett Till's cousin, Priscilla Sterling, calling for justice for Emmett Till, who was just 14 years old when he was kidnapped and killed 67 years ago. 2 weeks ago, an unserved arrest warrant was found in the basement of a Mississippi courthouse for a white woman named Carolyn Bryant Donham, who is alleged to be involved in the case. And joining us today is Emmett Till's cousin, Deborah Watts. She's also the president and co-founder of the Emmett Till Legacy Foundation. So, Deborah, what was your reaction when you first found out that there was an actual arrest warrant for her that had never been filed?
It was actually surprising that there was a physical warrant somewhere in Mississippi, and we discovered it was likely in LaFleur County, which is where we found it. And it was surprising, and we knew that that may be the one last piece of evidence that could be combined with evidence from the 2004 investigation that the law enforcement agencies could move forward with, along with DA Richardson. And so it was surprising that that was still out there. And when we found it, it was intact. It was in a folder, in a red criminal folder, and it was fastened with the affidavit along with the actual warrant and the address of Mose Wright. So it was surprising, but it shouldn't be surprising because there are a lot of things that were not done, we don't believe, in 1955 that should have been. But here's where we are today, and we are expecting the law enforcement and DA Richardson to move forward.
Do you feel as though justice will have been served if they don't serve this arrest warrant and Carolyn Bryant Donham isn't arrested or punished? Can you actually achieve justice without those steps? Justice can be a broad term in some instances, and judicial justice is what we're expecting. But I'll tell you, Emmett Till's death will not be in vain. And we're moving forward with continuing some of the work of Mamie Till Mobley, making sure that we're, I would say, implementing those kinds of things that pour into the lives of young people as she wanted to, with the Emmett Till Legacy Foundation. So, but, justice is full accountability. It's a full accounting of, and so there are many ways that justice can be achieved in Emmett Till's unsolved murder case and kidnapping case. Why do you think following through on an arrest could be an important message for the American public? I feel like this is a year where so many Americans have learned new things about American history. Cases like this one, more details even about this and other things like the Tulsa riots, for example, and Tulsa massacre. So speak to the importance and the message an arrest would send in this case in terms of real accountability here when we're talking about these really, really famous cases of racist violence and terrorism.
Yes, and that's a big question, Zerlina, but I'll tell you that because this is my family, and if it was anyone else's family, 14-year-old child that was actually kidnapped and murdered, this could happen to anyone. And so would we want to repeat kind of horrific violence? Would we want to repeat or just have open season on young men that, and Emmett did whistle, but it should not have been a death. And so history can certainly repeat itself. And so I think the country, along with all across the globe, people are expecting that there is judicial justice and that there is some full accountability. So if any of our loved ones experience this as my loved one did, I think they would not expect to just sit, and let this settle and to move forward. A lot of folks are saying, just move forward. This is definitely a part of history. It is an infamous case, but it is a murder case of a child whose mother fought years to achieve justice. We don't want Emmett's death to be in vain, and I believe that the country, along with Mississippi, who has a stain right now, who has blood on their hands, they can remove that stain and they can actually achieve some form of justice and reconciliation as they've been wanting to move forward with by making sure that justice prevails in Emmett Till's case. So there's two people responsible. That's Sheriff Ricky Banks can execute the warrant wherever Carolyn Bryant Donham is in the world, and then also DA Richardson. He can impanel a grand jury, and we can move forward with the investigation that took place 2004 because there's incredible evidence that really presented. So we're finding out more each day, and we're just praying that the country stands with us, and we're not doing any of this with hate, malice, or violence in our hearts or in any of our activities. And so I think they should be very comfortable that we're moving forward, but we're moving forward with hope also. And we know that a lot of folks are counting on us, along with our ancestors, counting on us to make sure that we achieve this. And we're going to.
Everybody is somebody's family member. I think that's such a powerful point to end on. I love that you have optimism and hope. It was great to talk to you. Deborah Watts, thank you so much for being here today. Please stay safe. Hi, I'm Zerlina Maxwell. Thanks for checking out our channel on YouTube. You can see more from Zerlina by clicking any of the videos on this screen, and make sure you subscribe below to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. Thanks for watching.